To the extremely color-conscious Indian American, the American photo studio, perhaps, is the last place they want to visit to take a family portrait, or that is what I gathered, listening to a group chatting wildly about it. This group of Indian Americans, all of them having girls of marriageable age, were cribbing about the lack of lighting in American photo studios. "I have to put my daughter's picture in the arranged marriage website," said one, and the guy made her look darker than she actually is. "Yeah, I have noticed that," said another. "They don't switch on the proper lighting. They take photos with sweat pouring down the cheeks," he finished helplessly. "They claim we take photos reflecting the true features of the subject, warts and mole. If you want Photoshop touch-up you need to go to another place," and I did go to another place. "They were as equally bad as the first one, ended up another. I think they don't know how to take photos," shockingly claimed another, based on his anecdotal experience. Now what on earth is truly going on here? Well, there is no dearth of talent when it comes to American photographers. Like in other professions, they are the best in the world. The unfortunate aspect of what is driving this complaints is that the American photographer has no clue about what the Indian wants. The Indian wants their daughter to look fair like Dakota Fanning, beautiful like Aishwarya Rai, with the body type of Jennifer Lopez in her youth. The same could be said of the son. They want the photographer to take a picture of their son, so that he could look like a cross between Tom Cruise and Alex Pettyfer, or maybe Jude Law and Chris Evans. The issue is, all the said actors are Caucasoid. The Indian is racially a mix. However much the American photographer tries, he cannot make a non-Caucasoid Indian look light-skinned, like Tom Cruise. The average American photographer has the social cultural approach that the best photograph is that in which the subject is shown the way he or she truly looks. Maybe top-of-the-line photographers can take headshots or pictures with multiple umbrellas and floodlights, making the brown or dark brown Indian look lighter. The studio in an average mall does not have such lighting facility for the $150 to $250 they charge. Which incidentally is a high amount for digital photography. Digital photography is just a memory card and it can be erased and written all over again. The same can be said for private studios too. They take realistic pictures. The high charge is overhead for being inside a mall. Color texture is a major issue in India. Being fair is considered being lovely, like this South Indian girl. One of the best selling facial cream is named Fair and Lovely. Does it mean that those who are dark are ugly? Why not sell a cream that says dark and beautiful? This is a facial cream that peddles racial stereotypes very brazenly. There is a belief, a myth prevailing among the less educated Indians, especially the rural folk, that those who are of lighter skin tone do not tell lies, but those who are dark do. Another reason motivating for the desire for fair skin is that of caste, and its association with skin color. When an Indian sees another Indian with dark skin tone, he does not see him as a person whose skin color has become dark because of his working in the tropical sun. He sees someone of lower caste in India's caste hierarchy, as dark skin is associated with low caste. He may even see him as evil. Indians have strong prejudices against dark-skinned people, even if the person is from another nation. Harping back to our discussion, when a dark-skinned or brown-skinned Indian goes to a photo studio in US, he expects to be photographed with all the lighting possible in the world, so that he would look light-skinned like Hollywood actors. That would make his or son or daughter not only beautiful, belonging to an upper caste, but also good, not evil. But the photographer in the American studio has no idea of what is expected from him or her. The photographer has no idea that he is dealing with people who have come there with a truckload of inferiority complex. When he says he is going to take a picture, the way the person looks, the Indian thinks the photographer is dumb. We came here as dark-skinned evil sinners, we have to leave here as good people, with light skin tone. The Indian American minds appeals, but the American photographer is not listening. Well, there is a serious cultural gap going on here. African Americans, Caucasoid Americans accept images that reflect reality, unless the person is going to become part of the entertainment industry. In that event, they will do every trick possible to make you look like Miss or Mr. Universe. In US too you can get customized picture. That of their son looking fair, or their daughter looking light-skinned, but that costs a lot of money, and very good photographic skills which the mall photographer, or run-of-mill photo studio, is simply not equipped to do. So they end up with dark-looking Indian potential brides and grooms, whom they know will be rejected if they upload in the arranged marriage websites, where only the light-skinned or groom gets priority. The dark picture, taken in the American photo studio, worries Indian parents to death. Will my son or daughter be rejected? 300 years of British rule, and the complexes it gave, cannot be wished away overnight. While having tan skin, not pale skin, is considered beautiful in USA. So the US studios add shades to the lighting system to make the Caucasoid American look tanned and handsome. Into this studio built for white Americans to look dark and handsome, enters the Indian, who wants to look fair and lovely. So the brown Indian becomes dark, the dark Indian is made more darker. This is a hilarious culture clash, and very few American photographers are aware of the motivations driving the Indian, who is unable to explain his expectations, lest he be considered racist. We have two cultures, with two different approaches to skin color, getting into the same studio, and the end result is quote disastrous unquote, for the Indian.